Today, we're going to be creating an IP VPN on-demand connection to the Google Cloud Platform. The IP VPN on-demand connection to the Google Cloud Platform is known as a partner interconnect. We will be adding a VLAN attachment in the interconnect section of the Google Cloud Console. Let's take a look at a diagram to get started. On this diagram, you'll see the Lumen IP VPN MPLS network depicted in the middle. The IP VPN network consists of a virtual route forwarding table, and this really depicts the customer's VPN. We will be making the connection today between the Lumen network provider edge through the partner interconnect on-ramp to the Google Cloud Platform. So what's depicted here on the right-hand side is what we're going to be building today. Before we get started, we'll want to make sure that you have access to two things. Make sure that you have access to the Google Cloud console and also the Lumen Control Center portal. Let's go ahead and get started in the Google Cloud console. We're going to go under Network Connectivity and choose an interconnect. We are going to create a VLAN attachment. We're going to call this a partner interconnect connection. We're going to set up unencrypted interconnect. We're going to choose, I already have a service provider. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to create a single VLAN. We're going to choose our network. We're going to choose our region. And then we're going to choose our cloud router that we're going to be working with. We're going to give our VLAN an attachment, VLAN attachment name, usually all small letters here. And then you can give it a description. We're going to choose IPv4, and then we're going to choose a maximum transmitted unit of 1440. Hit create. What's happening right now is a pairing key is going to be generated, and we're going to need this pairing key in the Lumen Control Center portal next. So let's go ahead and copy that. We're going to go over to the Lumen Control Center portal. We're going to choose on the left-hand side, Services, Add Service. Under Add Service, we're going to choose IP VPN On-Demand. Your customer ID and your billing account number will populate the table below for your VRF, for your MPLS network. So we're going to go ahead and fill in that information, and we're going to call this a nickname that we'll recognize in the system. And we're going to choose the VRF that we're going to work with. You're welcome to create new, but for this demonstration, we're going to be using an existing VRF. If you want to look at any of the IP routes in the VRF, you can choose the View Details section here. I'm going to choose our cloud service provider of Google, and this is where we're going to populate that pairing key that we got from the Google console. Once that has a green check mark, then we're going to choose our on-ramp. Hit continue. We're going to choose our bandwidth and our billing method. Here, we're going to choose our routing options. You'll note that the Google AS of 16550 is at the top right-hand side of the screen. We're going to do a primary connection with IPv4. Our routing options are aggregate and advertise my RFC 1918 routes, advertise all routes except those specified, or deny all routes except those that are specified. If you need more details on the routing options, you can always choose the caret here, and I'll give you some information on what each routing option entails. We're going to choose aggregate and advertise my RFC 1918 routes. We're going to choose no for default routes being advertised, and we're going to hit continue. Now we're going to go ahead and submit the order. It'll take just a couple minutes for the order to go through. The order provisioning screen is going to populate while the order is processing. A couple things that you can note on the summary screen just talks about that we're creating an IP VPN on-demand connection. The service nickname that we created here for this purpose is GCP Test 5. What our billing method's going to be. and then what our billing account is, what our customer account is, and the bandwidth that we're choosing. The from and to location, the from side will talk about the VRF, the MPLS virtual route forwarding table that we chose to connect to, and who we are connecting with is Google in the cloud region that we chose, and then the on-ramp that we chose. The service ID is what's being created right now. And then you'll notice down here under the connector attributes, the Google pairing key is listed, and then some other information is being populated with the VLAN ID. And then the Lumen ASN that you're going to pair with is 3549. And then obviously the ASK for Google is 16550. Your routing options will also populate here, just as we're waiting for the service to configure and complete. Now that the service is complete in the Lumen Control Center portal, we'll go back over to the Google Cloud Console. And we'll look under the Interconnect section. And we'll see here, this is the connection that we were just working with, Lumen Test 5. You'll see activation is needed. So you're going to want to go ahead and click Activate on that connection, accept it. It does take a couple minutes for the activation to go through. You can always refresh your screen while you're waiting. So you see that the activation went through. BGP is down, but that will take a few minutes. Again, you can just wait a few minutes, refresh your screen, and wait for that to complete. And then the status here will go from down to up. I refresh the screen. Now the status is up. When you click on your VLAN attachment, you're going to get your BGP IP information that you need to continue configuring your service within the Google Cloud Console.